He'll come out throwing here on first down.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons.
Drake London,
38 yards.
And the Falcons need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage to 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
Touchdown! Deebo Samuel from 3 yards out.
And the Niners are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They go play action here on 1st down. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons.
Drake London,
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Falcons have taken the lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's McLeod from his end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. And he's got room. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes us to the Falcons' 27-yard line. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by Gould is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Okay, ready? About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful with this one.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Tashaun Gibson. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open.
Touchdown, 49ers!
Christian McCaffrey,
36 yards
as they have taken the lead.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Bird to return from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go. Here we go. Go, 38.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But third down coming up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. KhaDarel Hodge from 13 yards out.
And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Purdy.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Purdy.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They go play action here. Purdy.
And he will find his man, Samuel.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And some room to roam now.
157 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Purdy off the play fake.
This will be caught at Samuel.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st down, it's Purdy. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Purdy.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. He'll drop to throw.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Got his man. It's London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw here. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Here we go.
They're going to try and throw.
Hitting London coming across the field. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
And this one is incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. A handoff, McCaffrey running right.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. From 13 yards out.
And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. Still going past the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. They had just lost the lead. That deficit sure didn't take long to erase. They return the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown.
Love the thunderbolt that just came out of that one. That puts them in the end zone and back in the lead. Your only question, your defense just gave up a score that put you behind. Well, that score you just added on the board will energize them? Or do they have to go back out there and they're a tired unit? We'll soon see.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
From the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And can they take advantage? Their defense got the fourth down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this fourth quarter deficit. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Purdy. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll run for it. McCaffrey taking it right down Broadway. 20, 10, 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Bird to return from his end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. He's back to throw.
That's caught by Pitts.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now you're in range to tie things with a field goal, but they still have plenty of time to work for a game winner, and they're trying to do so. Nice job defensively to force the incompletion there.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Purdy to throw. Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted.
Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.